Today you learned about how scientists use the scientific method to investigate. Now it's time for you to practice. Let's look at the questions. Make sure you have a buddy. Pause the video and go get a buddy if you don't have one. Question number 1. The police investigate crimes. They look for answers. Scientists also look for answers. They begin by asking many questions. Why do sea turtles return to their first home? What attracts magnets? You are a scientist. What will you study? What questions will you ask? Turn to your buddy and ask them a question that you've always wanted to know. Let's look at question number 2. Your mom asks you to turn off your music and study. You explain that you study better while listening to music. Is this really true? How could you find out? Go ahead and talk to your buddy and see what you can do to figure out if this is really true or not. Hit play when you're done. What did you guys decide? Did you decide that you should really conduct an experiment? Try listening to music and see how you do on a test, and then take another test without listening to music? If you did, whoa baby, you are doing so good. Let's look at number 3. Really try and think just like a scientist. Are you ready? Number 3. A hermit crab is crawling along the bay. You reach down to pick it up. The crab goes back into its shell. What does this tell you about hermit crabs? Talk to your buddy about what you think this would tell you about hermit crabs. Press play when you're done. All right, boys and girls, did you and your buddy talk about how a hermit crab might have thought you were a predator? So it reached its whole body back inside of its shell so that way they could feel protected by their hard shell? I wonder if we could actually conduct this experiment. I know I don't want to just think about it. I don't want to just ask my friend. I want to actually do this experiment. Maybe you can talk to your teacher about a class pet? Let's go on to question number 4. A scientist and his team help a sea turtle caught in a net. Oh no! Its flipper was cut in the net. The team writes down 2 ways to help the sea turtle. Number 1, cut the net. Number 2, clean the wounds. Write the next step. Talk to your buddy about what you think the next step would be if you were a scientist on this team. Press play, and then whenever you're ready to talk about your answers. How did you guys do? What were some ideas that you came up with for number 3? You know, boys and girls, I'm not sure that there is one right answer for number 3. Maybe you said that you want to advocate for sea turtles so that people know that their nets are harming the animals in the ocean. Maybe you thought the next step was just take the sea turtle back to the ocean. Maybe you thought you should take them to a rehabilitation center like Winter. Whatever your answer is, I hope you were thinking like a scientist. Good job, boys and girls.